RSLinx Classic software is required by a Logix 5000 system to perform the following critical communications-related tasks: configure communications drivers, view configured networks and active nodes. This software automatically opens when any communications option in the Studio 5000 Logix Designer application is activated. RSLinx Classic software is available in multiple versions listed on the screen. If you do not use an activation file with RSLinx Classic, it will start as RSLinx Classic Lite. An RSLinx Classic package with an activation file is required for advanced options, such as establishing DDE or OPC links to programs such as RSView32 or Microsoft Access. RSLinx Classic software acts as a service to a Logix 5000 system to perform communications tasks such as uploading, downloading and going online, updating firmware, sending messages, configuring Ethernet addressing. It is important to note that if RSLinx Classic software is running as a service on a Windows 7 or later computer, there is no graphical user interface. This needs to be run as an application in order to configure drivers and perform other software tasks. Three main drivers are used to communicate with a Logix 5000 controller. The Ethernet IP driver points to a computer's network interface card, or NIC, and scans either the local or remote subnet for Ethernet IP-capable automation devices. Ethernet IP-capable automation devices that are configured and connected to that subnet, such as Ethernet adapter modules, PowerFlex and Kinetics drives, and PanelView Plus operator terminals. The Ethernet devices driver looks for automation devices at specific IP addresses, rather than scanning the whole subnet. Only the devices on the same network as the computer whose IP addresses have been manually entered into the driver configuration will be available. The USB driver automatically appears when a USB cable is connected to a Logix 5000 controller or communications module. It is not intended for permanent communication. When you connect a device with a USB cable, the USB and virtual backplane drivers are created automatically. The virtual backplane driver enables communication between applications and device drivers, for example, SoftLogix 5000 and the Rockwell Automation 1784 PCIC driver that use the CIP protocol. To configure a communications driver, from the Communications menu of the RS/Who window, select Configure Drivers. In the Configure Drivers dialog box, select the Ethernet IP driver from the available driver types, and then click the Add New button. After this, specify a name for the new driver. Once the driver setup is complete, the Ethernet IP network will be visible in the RS/Who window, and the modules detected will be displayed. The modules that were previously detected but are no longer responding are marked with a red X in the RS/Who window. If a module displays a yellow question mark in the RS/Who window, then that module does not have an associated electronic data sheet or EDS file installed, and therefore cannot be recognized by RSLinx Classic. The software considers this to be an unknown device because it has not been registered. The correct online name is displayed, but the icon is not. In some cases, such as communications modules and controllers, the EDS file can be uploaded from that hardware. If the Upload EDS from Device option is not available, then EDS files can be downloaded from the Product Compatibility and Download Center on the Rockwell Automation website. In addition to viewing the network, information about devices can also be accessed in the Device Properties window. Here is a guided activity on how to change the IP address of your computer and configure drivers. Follow the instructions on the screen to perform the steps. Click Start when you're ready. RSLinx Classic software is required by a Logix 5000 system to perform the critical communication-related task of configuring the communication drivers. Here, you will configure the communication driver that looks for a device at specific IP addresses, rather than scanning the whole subnet. The activity is now complete. Return to the module by clicking the X button in the upper right corner of the screen.